Today we'll be going on a mini hike while I talk about the good girl experience. So grab whatever you've been procrastinating or take your booty outside and let's get into it. So I've actually been wanting to go on a hike for months now, but it's been so freaking cold. And it's finally started to warm up here in my area, so I decided to just go to one of our local parks. It honestly is more of like a mini hike, but yeah, it's really cute and I hope y'all enjoyed the visuals. Before we get officially started though, I did just want to say welcome back to the channel. I'm really trying to get 10K by my birthday, which is in May, so thank you to everyone who has been subscribing. We're slowly making our way towards that goal, and I don't know, it kind of just feels like my voice is finally being heard, so I just really appreciate you all for receiving me and allowing me to have this space. But yeah, I really wanted to talk about this whole idea of being a good girl or a good boy, because I was watching this video by Monica Hernandez, and if y'all don't know her, check her the fuck out. Like, her content is so amazing. Like, I genuinely feel like she's like an older me, and that is so rare for me. Like, I never find that amount of resonance in anyone to where I'm feeling like they're like a reflection of me in a way, like to that extent. I don't know how to explain it, but love her. Check her out, please. In her recent video, she was talking about sobriety, and at some part of the video, she had got to telling a story, and she was saying how a while back she was sitting in a park and a man randomly came up to her and asked her what she wanted to do with her life, and she was like she thought she wanted to be an artist, and he told her that she should go for it, she should do it. And the next freaking day she applied to art school, and I mean, her artwork is absolutely gorgeous, y'all. And pretty much in the video she was just talking about like she wonders what that man had to grow through in order to be a messenger for someone, you know. And she was just kind of saying how we don't realize how we are a lifeline for people, you know. She kind of came up with this image of a tree and how like your branch is connected to other people's, so when you cut off your lifeline, it also cuts off the lifeline to other people. And that shit just hit me so freaking hard, and it really ties into the topic of today of being a good girl and a good boy, because trying to be that can really cause you to cut off your lifeline. Honestly, for as long as I can remember, my goals have always been to take care of my family and to build a new legacy for us. But I don't think that childhood me understood the amount of barriers that I would have to push through in order to do so. Like, barriers that have been placed there before I was even born, you know? Like, for example, one side of my family has really bad trust issues when it comes down to the world. Like, and let me know if you've had a similar experience, but in my household, the saying was, you don't have friends, ain't nobody your friend, the only thing you have is family at the end of the day. And there was just always this constant reinforcement that you shouldn't trust anyone. So now that I'm older, it's honestly just caused this like great disappointment in myself, because I can't be a good girl and socialize with people like everyone else. Like, it takes me a long ass time to open up and to like trust people. And because I'm not living up to this norm, I feel like I'm unworthy of even socializing, period. So I don't even make an effort to even talk to people. And even when people do talk to me, I keep the conversation so freaking short. Like, I used to be such a good conversationalist, but I've just like suppressed that part of me so heavily, because I'm like, no, trying to have a relationship with me is just too complicated. I require too much. Like, I take too much time. Like, just stay away. Even though I'm like craving connection and intimacy with people. And I don't know if this is like the best example to use for the good girl, good boy syndrome, But I've talked about people pleasing and suppressing my sexuality, and that all falls under the same umbrella of trying to be a good girl and not deviate away from the expectations that I've set for myself. And honestly, half of those expectations aren't even my own. But yeah, this has only instigated perfectionism, the fucking bane of my existence, y'all. Like, I do not give myself the proper amount of time to bloom, to become the person that I am trying to be. Like, I have this false expectation that I'm just supposed to glide through life as like my final form, instead of my life being about and enjoying the process of getting to that final form. And what sucks about it the most is like I'm not even doing bad. Like, for my age, I'm doing pretty fucking good. Like, not even just materially, but mentally and emotionally as well. Like, I know a lot of people who don't even know about emotional regulation, and for some reason I just won't acknowledge my flowers, nor will I give them the time to fully blossom. And I'm honestly just so tired of it. Like, I feel so freaking rushed and unloved, and for the longest time I didn't understand why I felt so unloved. And I've just recently been noticing or realizing that it comes from myself. So yeah, the past year I've just been in a state of mourning, not even just who I used to be, but who I felt that I should be in this moment, so that I can make space for loving who I actually am right now. And it's been such a weird space because I'm not used to, I guess, being so in the present. Like, I want to escape so badly. Like, I want to either think about all the fucked up shit I've done in the past and how I need to grow and blah blah blah, or I want to think about the future me and how she's gonna, have it all figured out. But I've just kind of been allowing myself to really sit in this dead season, and I don't want to say that I'm feeling nothing, but I just don't feel a resonance with honestly anything. Like, a lot of things don't move me right now. I'm just getting out of the jadedness of this season of my life, but I would definitely still say like I don't feel connected to life. And I just have like this feeling of wanting to run home, but I also know that that home isn't here on earth or like on this plane of existence, or at least it's not something that I've ever experienced. Like, the feeling of home that I'm feeling inside of me isn't anything I've ever experienced in the outside world, but I've been having a strong urge to just go there. And I guess that's speaking to me to just go inward and see who I am. And I can definitely say in this dead season, I've definitely noticed how addicted I am to this cycle of suffering and disassociating. It's like I've tied my worth and my purpose to the pain that I feel and how well I can transmute it and how well I can get away from it. And since like distancing myself from like the usual drama and not allowing myself to like stir things up within me, kind of just by being down on myself, like I haven't been allowing myself into the cycle. And I just have noticed how fucking unsteady I feel. Like, I'm like, something is supposed to be going on right now. Like, this piece, I can't, like, the peace just feels so unnatural to me. In my head, I'm like, why the fuck am I not fighting for my life right now? So I'll do things that will induce my anxiety, like smoking. Smoking doesn't always make me anxious, but sometimes it does. And like that's like a part of the gamble and a part of the thrill. So I'll do these things to try to get into that fight or flight mode again. And then I'm there and I'm like, Shay, like, what the fuck are we fucking doing? I don't know if I'm making sense right now, but like, yeah. I've been dealing with that, and recently I've been waning off of my killer habits. So not smoking so that I can feel anxious, so that I can disassociate and escape my pain and feel some sense of accomplishment through that, as well as just not setting so many expectations for myself, like reevaluating my goals and being like, okay, I'm 100% okay with me not being there yet, and I can 100% accept myself as I am today, which is definitely easier said than done. But currently I'm separating expectations from needs. So for instance, I want to buy a house in a year. Like I've always wanted to have a house by 24. Girl, I turned 24 in like 3 months, so that is a dead mission, bro. But let's just use that example. I want to buy a house by 24. Do I need to buy a house by 24, or do I just expect myself to have that together? Will I be okay? Can I be okay with the fact that I have to rent somewhere for a little bit so that I can save up for this goal? Or something else that I really want to do is travel for like 6 months after I graduate. Like, is that something I'm expecting of myself, or is it something that I need to do? And I know that it's something that I need to do for me. Like, I'm not expecting myself to be able to even afford that. And I know that even if I can't, or even if I don't have things together by then, I'm going to do everything in my power to make that a reality, because travel is something that I need for my own personal growth. So yeah, just really sitting down and reevaluating my expectations and needs, and figuring out which expectations stem from myself or societal norms, as well as which needs are tied to me. You know, like the white picket fence house, like is that something that I actually need and want, or is that just something like I have learned to need and want? Do I actually want to live in a fucking tree house? You know what I'm saying? Like, so like just figuring out what is coming from me, what is coming from the outside world, and then separating the things that come from me into expectations or needs. But yeah, I really enjoyed this walk. Like, I can definitely feel spring about to come, y'all. Like, she's been kissing my cheeks, calling my name. I love spring, y'all. I could just feel the earth awakening again, and myself awakening again, actually, and it just feels so freaking good. So I hope you, like, wherever you are, you've been able to get some time outside and that it's been feeling warm. But yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts on the whole good girl, good boy norm, and just really give a gentle reminder that it's okay to slow down. Like, you won't miss what you're walking towards. And I just hope you have faith in your journey and faith in who you are right now, and you're able to really enjoy this moment of your life. Sorry for being so fucking cliche all the time. Let me know how this topic made you feel, and can you relate to the whole good boy, good girl experience, and how have you navigated that while remaining true to yourself? So yep, that is all I have for y'all today. Subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed, leave a comment, tell me about your experience, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.